What if you could undo decades of desk damage in just 15 minutes a day? Most people don't realize how sitting for hours each day silently stiffens, shortens, and locks your body into a state of pain and poor posture. Today we'll show you 7 powerful mobility exercises that can reverse this damage, and the last one is something you've probably never tried before. Let's begin turning back the clock. Tight hip flexors are one of the most overlooked causes of back pain and poor posture. When you sit, your hip flexors become shortened. This pulls your pelvis into an anterior tilt, stressing your lumbar spine. A 2017 study in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy confirms that prolonged hip flexion alters pelvic alignment and reduces lower back mobility. To counter this, start on the floor with one knee on a mat or cushion for comfort. Place the other foot forward, forming a 90-degree angle at both the hip and knee of the forward leg. Gently tuck your pelvis and contract your abdominal muscles to stabilize your core. Slowly shift your weight forward, pushing your hips forward until you feel a stretch in the front of the hip and thigh of the kneeling leg. Hold the stretch for 15 to 30 seconds and repeat 2 to 4 times on each side. Next, we have the Cow Spinal Flow. Your spine is central to all movement, yet it rarely gets dynamic motion throughout the day. The Cow Flow mobilizes each vertebrae, stimulates spinal fluid circulation, and improves neuromuscular control. According to a 2015 study in the Journal of Back and Musculoskeletal Rehabilitation, spinal mobilization has been shown to improve disc hydration and spinal proprioception. This is the body's ability to sense its own position and movement, particularly within the spinal column and its related structures. To correctly perform this stretch, start on your hands and knees. Position yourself on a comfortable surface such as a yoga mat or a carpeted floor. Ensure your hands are shoulder width apart with your fingers spread wide for stability. Your knees should be hip width apart, directly beneath your hips. Check that your wrists are directly below your shoulders and your knees are directly below your hips. This alignment provides a balanced and supportive foundation for the movement. Before initiating the flow, find a neutral spinal position. Your back should be straight, neither excessively arched nor rounded. Engage your core muscles gently to support your lower back. Distribute your weight evenly. Avoid leaning too heavily forward or backward. This is an effective but super simple one. Doorway chest openers. Rounded shoulders and forward head posture are classic symptoms of prolonged sitting and screen time. These are typically caused by tight pectoral muscles pulling the shoulders forward. The Journal of Physical Therapy Science published findings indicating that targeted pectoral stretching improves scapular alignment and reduces neck strain. Start by standing in a doorway, place your forearms on each side at shoulder height, and step one foot forward. Lean into the stretch, holding for 30 seconds, repeat twice, breathe deeply to facilitate tissue release. At number 4, frog stretch for hips and groin. Tight inner thighs and hip adductors from desk time don't just limit mobility, they affect your entire lower kinetic chain. The American Journal of Sports Medicine notes that restricted hip mobility leads to compensatory movement in the knees and lumbar spine, increasing injury risk. Begin on all fours with your hands under your shoulders and your knees beneath your hips. Yield your weight forward onto your hands. Slowly scoot your knees out to the sides, keeping them in line with your hips. Keep your knees bent and your ankles behind you, in line with your knees. Turn your toes out to the sides. Rest on your forearms with your elbows beneath your shoulders, placing your palms together or on the floor. You can also extend your hands forward, resting your chin or forehead on the floor. Sit back into your hips to deepen the pose. Next is the supine spinal twist. Rotational movement is critical, yet it's absent from most people's daily activity. This twist improves spinal rotation, hydrates intervertebral discs, and calms the nervous system. Research in Frontiers in Psychology has shown that spinal twists activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing cortisol and aiding recovery. Begin by lying flat on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Gently drop your knees to one side, keeping your shoulders flat on the ground. You can extend your arms out to the sides or bend your elbows and rest your forearms on the floor. Hold the twist for a few breaths, focusing on your breath and the stretch in your spine and hips. Gently bring your knees back to center and repeat the twist on the opposite side. Number 6 is the standing hamstring sweep. Chronic sitting shortens your hamstrings, causing posterior chain dysfunction and limiting athletic performance. Dynamic stretching, as outlined in the Strength and Conditioning Journal, increases range of motion and muscle activation more effectively than static stretching when used before activity. Stand upright. Step 1 foot forward with your toes up, sweep your arms toward your toes, and return to standing. Alternate legs for 10 reps each side. Think of this motion as you reaching down to brush the blades of grass with the tips of your fingers. Wall angels are an underrated mobility drill that strengthens key postural muscles like the lower traps and serratus anterior. They help correct thoracic kyphosis and shoulder impingement, which is essentially where a tendon inside the shoulder swells and rubs against tissue or bone, causing pain. In studies, these movements activate deep stabilizers often neglected in modern life. To begin, your back should be flat against a wall, feet a comfortable distance away. Your pelvis and head are also touching the wall. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees and place the backs of your forearms and hands against the wall, ensuring your shoulders are away from your ears. Keeping your elbows and hands in contact with the wall, slide your arms up towards the ceiling in a V shape, then back down in a W shape, mimicking a snow angel motion. Throughout the entire movement, maintain contact with the wall with your back, elbows, and hands. Avoid shrugging your shoulders. Remember slow and controlled movements. It will take your complete focus to do it correctly. Now, the fix doesn't happen immediately. We recommend doing these moves 3 to 5 times a week, and you'll start reversing years of stiffness, restoring upright posture, and regaining natural movement in just weeks. Make sure to check out our previous video on isometric exercises to build a strong body at home. These are great for those of you who want more joint-friendly exercises. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.